Look at that kitty sleeping. Look at that kitty sleeping. I'm going to bring up something a little bit more personal today, something that I've been dealing with for a while. I think that I'm generally a fairly confident person. I think I'm pretty smart, and I'm happy about the choices that I've made in life and where I am right now. But if I had to choose one thing that I was insecure about, it would be my hair. I started losing my hair when I was 18. My mother has thyroid problems and she had Graves' disease, so that's kind of what we initially thought that I had. But I've had several doctor's appointments and blood tests done, testing for the thyroid problems, for Graves' disease, for hormone fluctuations, hormone deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, diabetes, and nothing has come up as a clear explanation for why I was losing my hair. My hair doesn't seem to fall out anymore, but it's not growing back either, and none of the women in my family have female pattern baldness. They all have pretty thick hair. All of the men are going bald, which guys that are losing your hair or have lost your hair, I'm really sorry. I understand that it sucks to watch all of your hair falling out. I know my brother used to have some of the most beautiful wavy brown hair, but he started losing it when he was in his early 20s, and now he just buzz cuts it. And he's still a really handsome guy, with or without his hair, but I know it was really stressful for him to be losing all of his hair, which all of the girls adored. Now Michael, I think Michael has some of the thickest, prettiest male hair I've ever seen. And I've seen pictures of his grandpa, or I've met his grandpa, and I've seen pictures of his dad, and they both still have really thick, luscious hair. So I think he's gonna be one of those lucky guys that never goes bald. I think for my hair, I generally do a good job of hiding it. I mean, I can part it this way, and you don't really see that it's thinning that much. I mean, you can kind of see the center part where it's thinning, but that's when I go and I use, I often just use brown eyeshadow and I fill in my hair, and that's how a lot of times you don't ever notice it on camera or even really that much in person. It's only really when I put my hair up and I can see like my hair on the sides, I can see my scalp on the sides, or when it's in a braid, because it used to be that I could put my hair into two pigtails and each braid would be thicker than this one. So braids are really disheartening. There are two sisters who are pretty famous on YouTube, the Luxie sisters, who own their own line of hair extensions, and I've been really wanting a pair lately, really just to help hide my scalp and give me more of my braid back. But extensions are just kind of expensive, and I just graduated college and I have $50,000 of student loan debt, and I don't really even have a full-time job lined up yet. So extensions aren't really that high on my need-to-buy list. But I mean, if anybody knows someone who can get cheap extensions, or your aunt runs a salon or something, or you know someone who has extensions who doesn't want them anymore, let me know, because I would at least like to try them and see if they boost my confidence on sensitive days at all. The main reason that I've really been thinking about getting a pair lately is VidCon. I'm going to VidCon, and I'm gonna be working, and I'll be in front of, what, 10,000 plus people, and I really am I'm a little insecure about my scalp showing in front of that many people, or just, I don't know, I'm sure I'll meet people that I really want to look my best when I meet. Also, if you think that I'm crazy and my hair doesn't look that bad, let me know, because maybe it will help me worry about it less. I guess now enough about hair. I'm gonna talk science. One of the main reasons why I haven't gotten a full-time job yet is because I really want to try and make a geology YouTube channel. Whether I'll be doing this with the help of the people at EcoGeek or I'll be doing it by myself, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. If I don't get help from anyone, then I'm going to try and at least do some things by myself. From what I found, there are a few people who do some sort of geology education things, but they're either really high level or there's just stuff that has decent information, but it's just not very well put together and doesn't look very nice. And sadly, YouTube has become something where people like to watch nice things, which is fine. I like watching nice things, but you kind of need to be at that extra caliber level in order for people to really recognize you. So far what I've been doing is writing scripts and planning out what I would actually want to do with a channel, because there's so many different aspects of geology. It's a fairly new science, and it doesn't just include, I mean, specifically geoscience. If we're talking geology, then that's more of the earth structure based. But if you're talking geoscience, which is, I guess, more of what I would want my channel to be, there's meteorology and geology, structural geology, hydrology, paleontology, more that I can't think of right now, but I mean, there's just so many different aspects to geoscience. One of the things that I worry about is just making it too broad or taking on way too much. I have this napkin chart thing that I made in Hoo Hot one night because I didn't have any paper. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have some kind of field trip aspect to it where I can go rock hounding and I can take you rock hounding with me, or I can do in-person explanations. There's some things with geology and geoscience that you can't really teach in a lecture. So field trips are really important, or just having like samples. I would want to be able to buy samples so that I can teach, like what certain cleavage is on minerals, and teach what type of rocks are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, and just be able to have an actual sample there with me. So just seeing how far I want to take all of the information and how it's going to be done, how I'm going to get samples, and how I'll be able to go out in the field and have someone take a camera and follow me. I'm not sure how I will do those things, but that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to try to do with this. But I mean, there's your daily science from me. Look at that.